It's 12 minutes now after 6 o'clock this Wednesday morning. And so, how is your life in the Caribbean? How are systems working for you in the Caribbean? Are you satisfied with how everything is connected or not connected? Are you happy about that? And then you ask yourself sometimes, what can we do about that? Why don't they do something about that? But I'll ask you, why don't you do something about that? And so we'll look at that now as we're joined by the co-founder of FutureCaribbean in Lily Dash. And next to her is one whose face is becoming quite familiar now. It is Shara Graham, who is the director of Supernova Lab. To you ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to see you again, Lily.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
Wonderful. Now listen, obviously this build-a-thon of which we're talking now is designed for a reason. What's the problem you're trying to solve?
For a reason. So first of all, let me start. It's a global agentic AI build-a-thon, right? Targeting Caribbean challenges. So we have 10 verticals. FutureCaribbean.com is the website. It's live. You can follow along. But AI for food security, AI for blue economy, AI for finance, AI for tourism, AI for creative arts, right? And the list goes on. But challenges that AI for energy. These are challenges, AI for healthcare, right? These are challenges that exist in the Caribbean, but challenges that also exist in the world, right? Like the energy problems that we have in Barbados in terms of efficiency and battery storage and creating networks of economy are not unique to Barbados. They have the same problems in Los Angeles, right? We're very creative. People in the Caribbean are very creative. But the really cool thing about this is it's a global call, right? So if you are a builder in Pakistan, in Ukraine, in Poland, and you want to build and tackle these problems, you're eligible. But also, if you're a builder in Georgetown, in Kingston, in Bridgetown, you're also able to tackle these problems. We believe that innovation does not happen in isolation. And I think that's, well, we operate in this isolated track, right? But innovation is collaboration. This is convening. New York City was built from convening. If we look back at our history, we were able to build from a meeting of minds, right? And so how do we build the future in that regard? So there's multiple layers here. I came up with the name Future. I bought the FutureCaribbean domain a few years ago, 3 years ago, and it was because I was like, man, the world would love to engage in the Caribbean, but we, as a whole, right? When we look at global corporations or global philanthropic agencies, it's very hard for them to pick and choose which Caribbean country they're going to help. They want to help the whole region because that's the scale, right? They want to have a presence in the Caribbean. And through my work, I have an advisory firm with some partners that we've been building this together. We came up with my business partner was like, we have to do a hackathon. My business partner, Bill Ty, is one of the leading venture capitalists in the world. He was the first check on Zoom, the first check on Canva, and a lot of others. He's really good at mobilizing the right talent at the right time and choosing the right thing, right? And it's like kindling a fire. It's like you need just the right environment
to make it happen.
And the time is now. We have a lot of really, for the Caribbean and for this, the time is now. So, I mean, we had a pre-launch. This is the first media. Right. We launched yesterday at Sustainability Week, but that's a closed room. Granted, it's a room of 800, but it's still a limited room. This is the first media presentation that we've done on this.
I'm so glad you chose us. We're happy, we're thrilled about that, as a matter of fact. But by the mere title alone, FutureCaribbean sets it to be aspirational.
Certainly.
We have to look at our region, as you said, it's an archipelago of islands, but at the same time, there's so many similarities that we can all together pool to be able to tackle and resolve, and so streamlining, tackling, resolving. All of that is why the FutureCaribbean exists.
It's really about networks, right? And nodes in the network. Like we've seen a lot that have happened in networks. And the network, every single node that we collect, we become 10 times this mass law, right? 10 times larger, 10 times more impactful, right? So it's not just connections we have to make with each other, but also an opportunity for connections that we can make in the world. So this idea came about and very quickly, and it's really in the last 6 weeks it has become a thing. We have IDB partnerships, we have a partnership with Future Barbados, Export Barbados. The Barbados government has been super supportive of it, which has been amazing. Jonathan Reed and Mark Hill who have been, they were one of the first people that I came to say, hey, we have something here. Even just, I talk and I work with these guys. Well, I talk and work with these guys over years, right? Like with different innovations, whether it's e-conveyancing or different, about how we can move things forward. So it's really a child of the spirit, right? The reason why it's taken off is because it's a child of the spirit. Like this is needed. Like it's not just me that's talking about unification. It's the Soca artists that are talking about unification. It's the people that are talking about unification. One of the big inspiring moments, I was on Instagram and I saw this post take off, and it was an Instagram post on economics in the Caribbean. It was like, if we were united, we would have a $700 billion GDP as a united region. We would be 25th largest economy in the world, and I literally took that content into my AI. I said, what would we do if we build a build-a-thon around this? Bam. In 10 minutes I had a website. Then I sent it to a couple of people, and I started I haven't had to pitch this idea to raise any funding. It's just been like, that's a great idea. I'm in for 5, I'm in for 10, I'm in for 20, I'm in for 25, right? And now we have $50,000 US dollars in prizes, in cash. We've got a significant amount of compute, like well over 50,000 US in compute, maybe certainly exponentially more. It's basically, anyway, it's a lot of compute.
Right.
So the way that it works is we have a 4-week application window. So our job in the next 4 weeks is to make sure everybody knows about it. All around the world, everybody knows about it. And then we choose the top teams, and then we choose 40 teams to build over a 3-week period. They get an intense amount of compute to solve hard problems. We also pair them up with advisors, because it's called a build-a-thon, because build-a-thons are inherently collaborative, right? We have to collaborate. My potential is brought out when I come in contact with you, when I come in contact with others, right? And that's the same thing. We have to bring out the potential of the future together.
Yes, indeed.
It doesn't happen in isolation. And then those teams will be guided. So mentors are super important. So basically what I've come here to say is it's an all hands on deck approach. This is something that's very needed. It's an enormous endeavor, right? Because you're trying to solve the problems of the region. But we have some great Barbadian entrepreneurs and that have done incredible things. And one of them gave me some advice when I was very young, and he's passed away now, but he was like, Lily, remember, he was like a Barbadian legendary entrepreneur. And he was like, with leverage, you can lift the world.
That's interesting. You can leverage, you can lift the world.
And so we can lift this region. We have a lot of leverage.
Yes.
AI has created a lot of leverage for us, and we can really lift the region, but we have to act now, and we have to work together. We can work together as a region. We need partners, we need the banks on board. The finance banks, we have IDB, we have private sector partners and companies, international companies that have come on board. We have, yesterday I presented at Sustainability Week on the main stage. We brought Mark Castleman from Intel. Then we had Maria Serafika from Silicon Valley, who very instrumental in the founding of some of the biggest tech challenges in the world, competitions, the biggest actually, and Lynn Dye, who is providing the travel for our winners. But most excitingly for me, the prize for the winners.
23 after the hour, we're talking about an upcoming challenge for all of us of the region, because as single individual little islands, we try to tackle our problems, and in tackling we realize we meet some roadblocks. But what if we did it all together, and then we invited other minds from all else wherever the world to help us resolve some problems for connectivity, for easy and far more efficient delivery of service? Wouldn't that be wonderful? The Buildathon allows us to be able to do so. It's supported by Supernova Lab, and so the director of Supernova Lab is also with me. Her name is Shama Graham. Shama, this seems like a no-brainer because I know the mission of Supernova Lab, and I understand, therefore, I think, the reason why you're partnering with FutureCaribbean in this endeavor. What do you see?
I say yes. So Supernova Lab is the national research and development platform for Barbados. So we help turn ideas into real-world solutions. So working with Lily and FutureCaribbean in this Buildathon is something that aligns perfectly with our vision, and we're equally excited just to see the whole process, the applicants, the talent that we have within the Caribbean, the 40 teams that will move forward, you know, going through the judging process, and then obviously getting to experience who the final 3 teams will be. I know Lily just now alluded to some of the fantastic prizes. So the top 3 teams will have an all expenses paid trip to New York to launch their products at the New York Stock Exchange and be able to illuminate the trading floor as well. And I just now was actually asking Lily, will they also be able to ring the bell? I think that will be something very momentous for us to be able to achieve here. So I'm actually very excited about that as well.
Nice, this is great. So this is brilliant. So no doubt Supernova Lab is again giving the opportunity for Barbadians to explode and show the world our value systems and what we can create as well.
Yes.
But we can reach that particular point through partnership, and that's why why this initiative encourages the whole world to be a part of the Buildathon as it unfolds as well. I can well imagine, Lily, there's a parent at home asking about who is this for? Because is it for simply the adult? Is it simply for the business person, the doctors in the world? Who is this for?
It's for everybody. It's for everyone. Anybody who has a great idea, anybody who has the capacity. It's for every business. Again, with leverage, you can lift the world, right? And what this is, and so what AI is doing and agentic AI systems are doing is they are bringing T, being time, down to 0. Decision making down to 0. What happens in a world, what happens in the Caribbean when T equals 0? Life transforms. When that application when that application is instant. You know, when things just happen. When when business development, it's just when things just happen, right? We're not accustomed to that. We're accustomed to waiting. We're accustomed to moving slowly. When things happen, the pace happens, and we have tremendous capacity. Like this initiative is a function of AI, like intrinsically so. If it was, I am a lawyer, I'm a business development, I'm in sales, AI hackathons, it's not my, but because of AI, because of capacity that I'm able to leverage, we have it, T equals 0, almost, right? Now in 6 weeks we have this, and we have partners like the New York Stock Exchange and partners like Supernova and IDB, and Intel is on the stage next to me, and so is the largest tech founding team of the largest tech competition in the world, and the DMZ lab in Toronto is messaging, and other Caribbean islands are messaging and trying to get on board, and World Food Programme is going to advise the food security track and help us with data. So big call, this is a really great opportunity. This is a really great opportunity. We have a limited time. We need governments to get on board with the data. We need to unpack that data. We need access to data, right? We still have time, because we're not going to give the data sets to we're only going to give the data sets to the top teams, right. Ultimately, the winners ultimately, or the top 10, or the ones that we can really see we can build something with. But we do have to pull up, in the words of Rihanna, when it comes to data, when it comes to collaborating, when it comes to being involved, so that we can push forward.
All right. So In the next 4 weeks, now
Yeah.
that you've launched, you're expecting people to say, I put my hand up, I want to be a part of it. So for those who put their hand up,
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it, where can they go to sign up, to register, to say, I'm available, I'm prepared to take this challenge?
Yeah, FutureCaribbean.com.
FutureCaribbean.com. And
Yeah.
the process for registration is quite simple.
Super simple. There's a big apply button. There's also a WhatsApp channel that you can join. There's a Discord channel that you can join. But there's an application form. You fill out the application form. You put all your contact details in there. You put your LinkedIn in there. You put your idea in there, a little video pitch deck, and you can submit your idea.
Because we want T to equal 0.
T equals 0.
And all of that, meeting that particular equation means that you got to move fast, and in no time you will be acknowledged, and then eventually in no time
Yeah,
you'll be
so-
sharing with other people from around the world.
So I just want to give you an example of T equaling 0. So yesterday, there's a company that's at Sustainability Week that I've been watching for a while. These guys out of Chile. And they came to Sustainability Week. They're really great in AI and agentic AI systems. So just for anybody who doesn't know what an agentic AI system is, so we know WhatsApp, we know ChatGPT. You ask it a question, it responds. Now we have agentic AI where you can program it to execute for you, right? So that T equals 0. So in this case, these guys are salesmen. They want to sell their AI platform to Latin America and the Caribbean, which are it's all bankers and from Latin America. There's 800 people, and so they program their app to message everyone within the app, right? So they program a OpenClaw, which is what we're encouraging people to use. OpenClaw, which is this open source agentic AI systems that it messaged everybody in the conference, all 800, personalized messages, advised them to come to the booth at a particular time for an appointment. And yesterday alone, they closed like 20 deals.
Oh.
20 customers with the biggest banks in the world.
Shari, I saw your eyes flicker at that possibility right there, the potential for Barbados
Definitely.
alone from that.
Definitely. I think that's just such an amazing thing. And I mean, even since the Buildathon has been launched, we've already seen the applicants come in already. So that's very exciting to know that people are so eager for these opportunities to exist. So over the next 4 weeks, it's going to be very interesting to see the number of applicants that come in. Then obviously the judging will happen, and the 40 top teams then will move on to the next round.
Wonderful indeed. So if you have an eager little beaver in your house, known as your child, who you've seen some wonderful things flowing from their mind by the things that they put out, then that eager little beaver should sign up. Our parents, you should. Of course, you'll have to encourage parental consent in instances where you're a little young and you might be a cracker and you just want to be able to be a part of this initiative as well, because you think you have something to give to the world to solve a problem that you've seen. And are there certain problems we're trying to resolve, or are we trying to just look at anything and then we pull from that anything that comes?
So you can go onto the website. Every single track has ideas on. Every single track details the challenges that exist. Like the Caribbean has had a capacity problem, right? In that, like, you can't always catch the balls, right? We have 83% of tertiary educated students leave the Caribbean, and I also think that capacity is a function of consistent demand. And in the Caribbean, we have a lot of ups and downs, right? And then it's not low pressure environments that kill teams, and it's not high pressure environments that kill teams. Like when things are in pressure and working every hour, God sends,
You love it.
you know, then that's what makes strong teams. But when there's idleness, that's when weakness happens, right? And so we have to pick up the pace. But yeah, I mean, the challenges are all there on the website. You can take a look.
So once you go to the website, FutureCaribbean.com, you will see the respective tracks, see which track you want to be on. Let's get ready to go. We want T to equal 0, and you can make that happen using your own creativity, your own mindset, and then using the agentic AI system to help you get to 0 very, very quickly, so that we can resolve some of the region's, Caribbean's problems as we see them and as you live them as well. So you hold a solution. You wanted
Right.
to say something?
Yeah, so food security, for instance, right? Like 80% of this is a really big track that we really want to solve. And
Right.
actually, trade and food security is getting more hits than any of the other tracks.
Smart. Quickly, just as who's supporting you in all this endeavor, though, your sponsors?
Oh my gosh! So we have ACTI. ACTI is a global non-profit that is in the venture ecosystem globally. Viltai is the founder of that, who I spoke to you about earlier. We have IDB. They've been an amazing supporter. We have multiple foundations. We have ABED Foundation, Permacity Foundation, Gigaverse. We've brought, all of the we have a Claw Camp out of San Francisco. Obviously, Export Barbados, Supernova Labs have been incredible. FutureCaribbean has been an incredible resource. Tamaisha has opened the doors. We actually even have volunteers. Like
Nice.
we have people throughout the Caribbean. We have people throughout the Caribbean who have said, Lily, we really like what you do. We're flying over to be a part of this week, to be a part of this launch. Like they're helping with marketing, like teams, like the tech community. There's a guy called Brandon from Grenada and Mel from Jamaica, and we're just all working. The Trinidadians are like, Lily, we wanted to help you with your media. Come,
Lovely.
let's have a call. We have to, So doors are opening, and the community's on board. I think this vision of a more united Caribbean, like at my heart, I'm from here. I'm from here, right?
Of course I know.
I've been here
Of course I
in this
know.
studio since I was a little girl.
Yes, I do.
And I very much care about the Caribbean and the future of the Caribbean. And I think that transformation comes from innovation.
Indeed.
And
As we started, transformation comes from innovation. And so as you innovate, let's put it all together, let some equal minds contend, and then we'll come up with some wonderful solutions. Go to FutureCaribbean.com, see the respective tracks that we're trying to resolve as quickly as possible. That depends on you and your ingenuity and just what you know can happen. Dream it, and let's make it a reality, because I think if you can think it, it is possible. It is already possible. And so it's for all of us to lend our collective capacities to achieving the results that we're looking for. And of course, Supernova Lab, you have always been there to support the engine really behind all of this, and continue doing so, Shara.
Thank
We
you
wish
very
you and your
much.
team well. Lily, thank you.
Thank you.
For creating the space that now we can breathe a bit and say, yeah, we are focused on the light. We are going to solve some problems together. Well
let's do
done.
it. Let's go.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lily Dash, co-founder of Future Caribbean, Shara Grimm, who is the director of Supernova Lab, saying to all of us, take this bite. Let's do this together. FutureCaribbean.com is where you go. Check it out. And let's make a difference to our Caribbean today.